Hello again, guys. It's Barry with Barry's 8-track and classic car radio repair, and this demonstrations. This is video number 7 today. After this one is pizza, so I'm getting kind of excited. This is a unit sent in by Dave in Phoenix, Arizona. He's pretty much right down the street from me. Right down the highway anyway. He lives close enough that he can come and beat me up, so we better take care of him. This is a modern conversion. This is one of those cool flip dial radios. First thing we'll test is a dial light, so you can kind of see the flip dial. It's kind of a neat thing. The dial actually flips over between AM and FM. That's kind of a neat little feature. And we're just going to turn on, make sure everything works before we send it back to the customer. As I mentioned, this is a modern conversion, so this was a mono AM/FM radio. It's now a stereo AM/FM radio. And this customer requested the Bluetooth feature and also my cool little extension box. Let me turn down the iris a bit so you can see the nomenclature on it. This is basically just an extension box that brings all your aux inputs, all of your left, right, front, and rear line outputs, and your subwoofer output onto a convenient little box. These jacks could also be mounted to the back panel if there's room. And one thing I'll point out is that this box that I make, I purposely keep the cable too short to bring it close to you to where you can be moving it around quite a bit. This is multi-conductor solid wire, and it's not really designed to be bent back and forth a lot. So this is basically just a permanent connection point, but it's not meant to be moved around once you got stuff connected to it. So with that being said, let's turn this puppy on. Let's bring the iris back up so you can see the radio. Turn her on. And we are set to FM at the moment, so we'll just run it all the way down. We might as well keep this dial lit so we can see what we're doing too. We'll just run it all the way down the FM dial, see how many FM stations we pick up.
Essential data and insights to business S&P Global Market Intelligence. Keep it in this pocket right here.
They can even be trained. Wheels are falling off the button. You and me. In this event, much to go to the bottom. This is Congressman Tom.
To know when something isn't.
Come as soon as you get the.
The same spot in Mesa. 4 years young, providing.
It is the best world.
Stevie B.
Grady.
Okay, I counted the usual about 25 or 30 FM stations. Let's turn it over to AM. Make sure that still works. And of course, we only get a couple stations here.
Hear this. Once you
There's one.
black.
There's another one. And then we go all the way till about 1100 before we get to the third one.
100.
And there she is.
And he's
It's
got
been
it.
a baseball game all day long, all 7 videos. It's been a baseball game on 1100. Alrighty, now we're going to explain something. Now this radio naturally did not have a front rear fader unless it was part of the car wiring, but now we have a front rear fader and a left right balance control in the tone control, and I'm going to demonstrate the use of that. We're going to activate. Let's go ahead and bring our output level meters in the picture so we can see what's going on with the speakers while we're messing with our stuff. That's not the right camera. Let's try this again. There we go.
They lost
And as you can see, we got all 4 speakers going right now, pretty much equal volume. Let's turn our iris back down on our unit again. And we're going to use a tone control. We're going to turn our tone control twice to the right, which will activate the front rear fader. You'll hear 4 beeps after you activate it. After those 4 beeps, then you can use that tone control to adjust your front rear speaker balance. Now let's move to some music here, something that's a little bit more continuous, so we can see our meter readings a little bit better.
I know my face the perfect tag.
Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're going to turn our tone control twice to the right and listen for 4 beeps. Here we go.
I could quit my job and you all day.
There's 4 beeps. Okay, and now this tone control is adjusting our front rear fader.
So good.
Check that out.
So good. You all day.
All the way
I would,
front,
yeah, I would.
all the way rear. Okay, now I'm going to take it back to center. I'm going to take my hand off the control.
Hey, it's so good.
There's one beep letting you know that that setting's been saved, and this is once again just a tone control.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to activate the left-right balance control. Same procedure, except we rotate our tone to the left twice. Here we go.
Do you think you up for the
There's our beeps.
please don't
Okay, and now this tone control is adjusting our left-right balance.
always scared to put his face in it. And I still
And it'll let you keep adjusting it as long as you keep adjusting it. Once you're satisfied, you take your hand off the control.
I can take
There's our one beep letting us know function has been saved. Now we can put our tone control back to the way it was.
the disrespect I have.
Alrighty, now we're going to give a quick test of the line inputs. And let's, well, we'll go ahead and do that while we got the meters in the picture. We're just going to feed a quick test tone into our right and our left jacks. Make sure it switches over to the radio and that that tone's heard through the speakers. So here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, there's our right speaker, and here comes our left speaker. So our auxiliary input's working. Now it does take 20 seconds for the radio to come back automatically because it holds on to that aux input a little longer than it needs to make sure we're not switching back and forth all the time between songs during quiet music passages. If you don't like the delay, just turn the radio off, turn it right back on, radio comes right back. But it's going to come right back automatically right about now. There it is. Okay, and that concludes the testing. Everything is working. I've already tested the line outputs. That's a kind of a different procedure that requires a little different setup that I don't have quite ready for video yet. And so this radio is ready to go back to the customer, and I'm ready to get on to my pizza. Ha! I think it's going to be Pizza Hut tonight. I'm not really sure, but probably Pizza Hut. Depends on what the wife thinks. This is Barry with Barry's 8-track and classic car radio repair. If you have a classic car AM radio in need of modernization, you can certainly send it to me for FM conversion, more power output. As you can see, you got all kinds of neat little flexible options we can put in there. You know what? We did not yet test the Bluetooth. Let's test that real quick. And that's an easy enough deal. We're just going to go ahead and switch to our unit. I'm just going to give this volume control 2 quick turns to the right to activate the function. Make sure we get a female voice that says ready to pair. So here we go.
Yeah, I would if I could quit my
Ready to pair.
Okay, and there's our female voice saying ready to pair. And this radio is now trying to pair with a Bluetooth device. Of course, I don't have one handy at the moment. But after 90 seconds, if it does not successfully pair, that female voice will come back on saying pairing not completed. So we don't need to really wait around for that. Just wanted to make sure that we can activate the function and that it works. And that, especially that we've cut the hole in the bottom of the unit for the Bluetooth antenna to pick up the signal. A lot of shops mount it inside the radio depending on it to pick up through the tuning dial, but since the tuning dial is almost always got some metal in there interfering with it, I really don't like to do that. I like to go for the sure thing. So far I've not got one call back or one complaint about the functionality of the Bluetooth doing it that way, so we're going to stick with that plan. Once again, this is Barry with Barry's 8-track and classic car radio repair. My website is in the description below, and my phone number is 928-533-9666. Thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.